What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages from all across the world? You are now tuned with me, Chandler Crump, and we are doing our day 2 election day analysis. So before we get into it, of course, you guys can see we are in a very different set. Of course, this is my bedroom. The office is currently unavailable right now, online working and all that, online school and stuff. Couldn't use it, but I decided to make a compromise for you guys and make the YouTube debut of my room. So as you can see, just got a TV in here. I've got a little backdrop going to just block off the door and some of the other stuff I had back there. I hope this is enough for you guys. It looks professional enough. As we did last night, we were going to be live reacting to the election day. We're going to be watching everything, providing some analysis. Last night, you guys enjoyed it a lot, so we're going to be doing that again. My stream is lagging a little bit with the camera here, but I'm going to see if we can work with that. So yeah, it's catching up, but we always run through a couple issues. I might have to switch what I use to stream. I might have to get like an actual computer rig to stream through because as you can see, it's lagging really bad actually. Hold on. Yeah. Bobby says, what a dope setup. Okay, there we go. It's a little better now. Once I stopped my screen share, which is really annoying because I like a cooler here and everything for this setup, and it's still thermal throttling, so there's always something, but that problem will get fixed, of course, because you guys are obviously out here supporting me. We got a ton of donations through DonorBox, and then I know we're going to get some today, but we had some amazing super chats last night, which all go towards improving the quality of my streams. So thank you guys so much for that. We're going to hold off on all the gushing and stuff, but one last reminder is you guys need to hit that like button. We're currently at 68 likes. I don't know why it's showing like this. Hold on. But yeah, we're currently at 68 likes. We have like 200 people in here, though. So what I need you guys to do right now is swipe up below the screen and hit that like button. It's very important that you do that. Make sure that my stream and channel just is out there on YouTube as much as it can be. Very important that you do that. So make sure you hit that. Chelsea says, it's so close in Wisconsin and Michigan. Yep, we're going to talk about all that. It's really, really crazy what we're seeing here. So we're going to look at all that. I'm going to have a lot of ranting to do in a minute. But yeah, we're going to do all that. And then one last note for you guys is that I'm sick this morning, so my speaking may be a little halted at times, and you may see me go off camera for a second just to take care of some small things. But either way, I'm going to be streaming here for you guys, and we're going to start this election coverage now. So I'm about to show you guys the map of what Fox projects everything to go, and I don't know how happy you guys are going to be about it, but let's just get into this. Yeah, all right, let's do this. So as you can see, this is the current election map, or the electoral map, I guess you can say. And we're seeing a lot more blue than I'm sure a lot of you guys are even comfortable with seeing. So right now we have Maine, which is going to Biden, of course. Pennsylvania, which is really interesting. It's still only 64% reporting in because it looks like they haven't even started counting new votes yet. And then this is what's really going to piss you guys off. It's Michigan and Wisconsin. So if you guys remember last night, we had a heavy lead over Biden in both Michigan and Wisconsin. And now we check in this morning, and it suddenly shows that Michigan and Wisconsin are for Biden now. They're not called yet, but the reporting is starting to get higher up there, and it's starting to show for Biden, which really doesn't make any sense because we had that heavy lead for Trump, and the mail-in votes and absentee ballots usually get counted first because those came in early, as well as early voting, which we already knew was projected to be for Biden. We expected all the election day votes to come through and really show out for Trump, but now it's looking like it's going the exact opposite direction. If you look at Biden, he's at 49.6%. Meanwhile, Trump's at 48.9% with a 95% reporting rate in Wisconsin. And hold on. Excuse me. And in Michigan, Biden's at 49.5 and Trump is at 48.9 with a 96% reporting rate. So yeah, I have two screens today, so I'll be able to see the chat just a little bit better. Boo, Wisconsin and Michigan. Yeah, a lot more blue than there was last night. It's exactly true. We can even see that in states like Georgia, which the margin has actually shrunk, I believe, because Trump's at 50.5% with Biden at 48.3%. It was much wider last time around, I believe. And then you can look at Pennsylvania as well. We're still looking pretty good in Pennsylvania, but that's because they haven't done any more vote counting since then. And what a lot of people are saying, and I actually showed you guys this last night, was this tweet that just showed people walking into the election, counting places with boxes filled with votes. And it's like, what's going on? What's going on? And then another state that's more blue than it was last night is now Nevada. And Nevada was really looking like Trump country last night. It was looking like a huge blowout, and the reporting was kind of low, but it kept staying consistent and proportional as it went up. And now Biden is at 49.2% with Trump at 48.6%. Now, a big factor we have to look at in all this is what the president is saying. So if you guys remember last night, if you tuned in with me all the way until, what was it, like 1 a.m. We saw some things from the president, and well, he has continued on. He actually had a statement he gave last night. We didn't stay up all the way for that, but he basically actually even gotten to watch it yet. But we're going to take a look at his tweets here. So he actually retweeted this guy, Mac McCoyick, and says, an update gives Biden 100% of new votes, 128,000 plus. So that actually goes right into Michigan. So this is already taking Wisconsin into account. But Michigan, which was Trump country, they got 128,000 new votes. And every last one of those 128,000 votes went to Biden. And as you can see, Twitter doesn't like you exposing this, so they have to give you you have to click a button to see it. But 100% of new votes, that's not even mathematically possible. How that doesn't make any sense. A lot of people have had as much outrage as possible about this. Looking at this election map here, as you can see, before with 51.64 from the president, 2.2 million votes, and then afterwards, not a single vote went up for the president, yet. And Biden was at 1.9 million. At the end of it, he was at 2.1 million. He went from 46.7% to 48.4%. And that was last night. That was that was a few hours ago. They've continued counting the votes now. And if you look at the Fox electoral map again, Michigan is now owned by Biden. It hasn't been called yet. Thankfully, Fox hasn't made that foolish of an error, but they now have Biden at 2.586 million and Trump at 2.55 million. 2.5 million and 53,000 to be more exact for you guys. So that's what we're seeing. It's a whole lot of stupid fraud in Michigan and Wisconsin that we really should not be seeing right now, especially considering that in 2016 Trump won both of those states. And I know Biden's just a bit more popular than Hillary, but he shouldn't be popular enough to steal Wisconsin and Michigan. I'm telling you guys that much. We've seen the rallies that happen in both Michigan and Wisconsin. It doesn't make sense. Wisconsin and Michigan were Trump country, and we haven't seen anything from Wisconsin yet about any cheating and voter fraud. There's still 5% left, so there's still a shot. But you look at Michigan here, it's 96% reporting in, only 4% left. And you can take a look here. I think you can see the specific counties where those 128,000 new votes came from. If we can see, it might be one of these counties down here. Fox is glitching out on me. We're gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look at some of the other electoral maps, of course, but just looking here, and then there's still some counties that have yet to get their full reporting in, but they are heavily looking like Biden. Just looking at the reports here, it's looking like Michigan will actually go to Biden this time around, which is very different than what we saw last night. But of course, we're gonna check the New York Times, see what they have to say. Sophie says, will the news just let Trump win? Oh, they will do everything in their power to not let Trump win. Speaking of not let Trump win, the New York Times has their electoral count at 227 for Biden and 213 for Trump. They won't show me the map here, which is really weird. Okay, there it is. Okay, so they have not called Michigan and Wisconsin, just like Fox haven't, but they don't have their leanings set up. But if you take a look here, they also have it with 49.5% for Biden and 48.9% for Trump. And then what I'm predicting we will see today from Pennsylvania is they'll use that remaining, what is that, like, it's at 79% right now. So those remaining percentage points, I'm believing, will go to Biden because the voter fraud they're doing. And there was actually this tweet, or not this tweet. It was a tweet that I put out, but it was an actual statement from the Secretary of State of Pennsylvania, and she said any votes that came in yesterday that were mailed in will be counted. Mail-in votes weren't supposed to be counted, and it doesn't matter if they have a postmark or anything; they will be counted. This is why this election is being stolen from us right out of our grasps, and it's unacceptable. We're seeing that in Michigan and Wisconsin. Check the Bobby's saying check the Senate seats. All right, we'll give that a look. We'll give it a look through Fox because Fox has just had all the heat on them tonight. Or today, I should say. It's not even tonight anymore. So yeah, just like it was last night, Democrats and Republicans neck and neck with Senate balance of power. Democrats at 47, Republicans at 47. Democrats and Republicans are really close to both meeting that 51. We'll see what happens. Jade's World says, but can Republicans contest? I absolutely believe they can and will and have to contest, or this nation will not survive. Because if the Republicans don't contest this, all the Republicans that would have contested it, I'm talking about the citizens, I'm talking about everybody that wanted Trump in, will contest it with their rifles. And that's not good. Not good at all. Contesting with their rifles was a figure of speech, but it might just be true. Teresa's saying, look at Newsmax. All right, I'll give Newsmax a look because Newsmax is fair as much as I've heard. So we'll take a look at that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Trump is like, how did my lead in key Democratic-run states magically disappear? That face right there. So we're going to scroll down to look at their electoral map here. wherever it is. You guys helped me find it last night. All right, so yes, Newsmax is seeing the exact same thing with both Michigan and Wisconsin, and though it hasn't been called for either yet, it's still leaning for Wisconsin and Michigan for Trump. I mean for Biden. Those percentages are the exact same: 49.5, 48.9. For Biden and Trump respectively, and in Wisconsin, 49.5 and 48.9 for Biden and Trump respectively there as well. And then Nevada is the exact same way, if it'll help me see the percentages here. It's 49.3 for Biden and 48.6 for Trump. So if you... Hold on. Let's go back to the Fox map, since the Newsmax and Fox maps are the exact same, at least for this. We're gonna run some numbers here. So Biden is currently at 238. If he gains... Let me pull up a calculator here. On my calendar calculator. If he gains the electoral votes of Michigan, so that brings him from 238 plus 16, 54 if he gains Michigan, and then Wisconsin plus 10 to 64, and then Nevada, if he gains Nevada, will be an even 270. So if Biden is able to run off with Alexa, volume 0. If Biden is able to run off with Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada, he will get an even 270 and will win the presidential election. So that's why we need to be contesting Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada as heavily as we can, or this election will go the way of Biden. And that's simply not something we can accept. And so that's why Trump is out on Twitter contesting the result as heavily as he can. Are you saying Arizona was called for Biden? Did that happen last night? We'll look at Twitter. Yeah. So was it? I don't remember Arizona actually being called for Biden, but that would explain 238. Was it? Because I think Fox might. Yeah, Fox called Arizona for Biden. Okay. Yeah, and that's a very strong statement right there, Dominique, that Georgia and North Carolina needs to be called, but it's almost inconsequential at this point because Trump is so low with the electoral votes due to the loss of Arizona and the appearing loss of Wisconsin and Michigan. It's not going to be enough for him. If these states that are leaning blue actually turn out to be blue, there is no mathematical possibility for Trump to win this presidential election. And yeah, I agree. It was much too early to call Arizona, especially considering that. Hold on, let's look here. Especially considering how close it is, and there's still a good amount to be reported in. In fact, I think they stopped reporting right now. It's 84%. Okay, we'll look at the New York Times because they're way more conservative about what states have been called. Yeah, I agree. Fox called way too early. Yeah, Cole's telling me that Fox called early, and I agree. We're going to look at the New York Times here again, and yeah, their count is 227, and so I believe they did not call it for Biden. Sorry about the sounds in the background. But yeah, so they have yet to call Arizona for Biden, but their numbers are the same as Fox, and they're going to make that call real soon anyways, especially since New York Times has it at 86% reporting. Yet they refuse to call Georgia and North Carolina, despite the fact that Virginia was called when it had like 13% of the vote in, which is just, it's senseless. It's senseless how they handle this election here. Yeah, we have Texas, but it's inconsequential because Texas with its 39 isn't California. Or 38, it is in California with its 55, and it's not enough to balance it out like that. So we can go back and look at Fox again, and we'll see the exact same thing. Because I mean, you look at this here. That's House balance of power, 238 to 213. Biden even has the popular vote right now, which he didn't earlier in the night. But once LA County gets counted, it's over as far as popular vote goes. But Biden is at 238, Trump is at 213. And this is the electoral map right here, with Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada leaning towards Biden. And I'm sure within the next couple of hours, they will be called for Biden. The problem is that all these states are trying to hold off and take as long as they can, especially Democrat-run states like Pennsylvania, which want to wait until all the votes are counted so that they can have Trump, so they can have Biden at 290 instead of 270, because they want those extra 20 electoral votes so that they can make it look as legitimate as possible. This is what we're seeing here. This is how strong voter fraud can really go with all these states. Because we had Nevada, we had Wisconsin, we had Michigan, but then they were able to just take it back like that. And you guys are saying we need Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. I agree about Georgia, North Carolina, and we definitely need Pennsylvania, but Even so, if you add the numbers here, you give Trump 213. He's at 213. You add 16 to that. That's 229. You add 15 to that. That's 244. And you add 20 to that. It's 264. Meanwhile, if Biden gets Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada, he will be at 270. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? The numbers don't add up. The numbers do add up, and they add up in favor of Biden. That's true. This election will come down to Nevada, because if Trump gets those 6 votes, he'll be over 270 and Biden will be at 264. But if Biden gets those 6 votes, then it will go to Biden. We are watching the election be battled in Nevada. It would be great if we could pick Michigan and Wisconsin back up, but it's inconsequential. Michigan and Wisconsin are in equivalence with Georgia, North Carolina, and then 20 fills up that deficit between Trump and Biden that we have currently. So you're right. It really does come down to Nevada with 6. I wish we could, Lisa. She says discount all. Where did her thing go? Okay, so Neva Stop says it's 227 to 214 actual numbers, which is true. But if you this is Fox. They call things really early, which is annoying because it reduces morale. But it's also good to help see what they're saying and see what the numbers are likely going to look out to be. Because and let's take another look in Virginia. Actually, did Biden ever pull ahead? So yeah, Biden did pull ahead in Virginia, which is honestly to be expected. It was really looking like Trump country, but they came out with those votes in Fairfax County right here and just took it back. Where's Fairfax? I know it's right here or something. Yeah. So they took Virginia back just like that with those votes that they found in graveyards. Birdie's asking, do we have Georgia? Well, let's look at the margin here. So in Georgia, we have 48.3 for Biden and 50.5 for Trump, with the reporting at 94%. So unless they use that final 6% to just do Trump in, which I doubt they'll do, it's only Fulton County left to be counted, though. And Fulton County is where a lot of the stupid cheating happens, and that's where a good percentage of the city of Atlanta is based in. And we know this is going to go to Biden. The question is, how much will it go to Biden? Biden is at 319,000 in this county with only 4% remaining. And this is the final county left to be counted in Georgia. And so that's the 4% right there. If 48 is 200. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is so far 319,000 plus 100. So about a little over 400,000 votes have been counted. I'm going to check the registered voters in Fulton County, Georgia. There are, come on, give us the numbers here. Can anybody find how many voters are registered voter count here? Registered voter count, Fulton County, Georgia. Because I'm trying to see how many votes they'll actually be able to count up in Fulton that will get it. Registered voters. Yeah. Somebody see if you can find that number there. Isn't it? Yeah, in some states it actually is, which is really stupid, but that's what it gets. They can only get at most 20,000 more from Fulton, says John. I'm not sure about the validity of that number, but 20,000 more will not be enough to surmount the rest of the state, because Biden lags behind at 2,283,000, while Trump is a whole 100,000 ahead with 2,383,000. So it will not be enough for Biden to take Georgia. So we have Georgia, and then in North Carolina, I believe, we have North Carolina. Pennsylvania is currently needed. Trump needs Pennsylvania at this point, and it looks like he has it. But he needs Pennsylvania. We still have a good percentage of the way to go to see what happens there. But he needs Pennsylvania to win this election. And then if Michigan and Wisconsin go to Biden, Biden needs Michigan and Wisconsin if he's going to win the election. And then Nevada is really looking like it will be the battleground state with those remaining 6. Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now in terms of the actual electoral map. That's where we are. 238 for Biden from Fox, 213 for Trump on Fox. Let's just take another look at the polling number Twitter and see what they have to give us here, because I think they've been tweeting all throughout the night. So Wisconsin election results, are just about 99% in. It looks like that state will go to Biden. So I'm just going to straight up call Wisconsin for Biden here, as much as I really don't like to. There's not nearly enough left for it to go to Trump at any point. So Wisconsin does go to Joe Biden, and then Michigan, it's close. It's really close. If Trump is able to run away with Michigan, Biden will not win this election. So we're going to be watching Michigan. Michigan is like the first toll gate. If the Biden campaign can surpass Michigan, then all the eyes are on Nevada. But if Trump can run off with Michigan, Biden will not win this election because Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania will be called for Trump, and that will not leave Biden enough electoral votes to possibly even get close to 270. So if Trump can win Michigan, then he will win this election. So we're paying close attention to Michigan. Alaska is going to go to Trump. I'm quite sure about that one. Yes. So if Trump is able to get away with Michigan and the margin is close, we're going to go to the New York Times for their numbers because their numbers are a little bit more up to date. And we're going to check on the numbers on Michigan and see what we have here. Because if Trump is able to run away with Michigan, there is no possibility of Biden winning the election unless he's able to find a ton of votes in the ground in Pennsylvania. Okay, there's the map. So Michigan, okay, so the New York Times has Michigan at 92% reporting, with Joe Biden at 49.5% and Trump at 48.8%. However, that is a discrepancy between what the polling numbers Twitter has said, because the polling numbers Twitter, and this was 28 minutes ago, so I don't know how up to date or not up to date it is, but they have 99% of the votes in, with 49.6% for Biden and 48.9% for Trump. And those percentages may look like a little far apart, but if you look at the numbers here, that is less than 30,000 votes. So if 40,000 votes find for our president, the election will end right now. That's what we're looking at here. Somebody sent a super chat. Okay, a human said, how is this legally going on? How are they able to get away with it? Isn't this treason going against the country? So we've seen a lot of evidence of voter fraud, but the question is, who's actually going to get out there and persecute them for finding this evidence of voter fraud? There's not a lot of people out there who are actually going to get in on it. We have organizations like Project Veritas watching things as close as they can and having people all across the country. And I will not be surprised if over the next couple of weeks we see all the voter fraud get exposed and this nation has a lot of riots. I think we're going to see a lot of riots, especially if this election does actually somehow go to Trump, even with all the voter fraud. We might see that. But to answer your question, yes, it is treason, and we're going to do everything we can to find that. Thank you for the $10 super chat, human. And thank you to everybody else who sent super chats last night or tonight, or today, I should say. I love them both. So yeah, we're paying close attention to Michigan here, and we're paying close attention to Michigan and Wisconsin here. Oh, we're paying close attention to both because the discrepancy in percentages looks surmountable or insurmountable, but the numbers is what really adds up here. So for Michigan, it's 2.5 million, 45,000. But for Biden, it's 2.5 million, 78,000. So the discrepancy for Michigan is a little bit wider, but there's more wiggle room because the actual counted votes so far is lower. So there's still 5% of the votes that have yet to be counted. And then Ravioli, don't say that. You have to vote every election. You have to show out and vote, man. Don't let this election discourage you, especially considering we're still in this. We're still competitive in these states. Don't give up, man. Ever. Especially when you can look at Wisconsin and Michigan here, and we're going to take a closer look at Michigan first. Michigan first. There's still a few counties left to be voted. There's still a few red counties that are still counting it up. There's still a couple blue counties that are still counting it up. So it can go either way for Michigan. Michigan is not lost yet, and that's why Fox, nor New York Times, nor Newsmax, or anything else has actually called Michigan for Biden yet, because we're still waiting to see what happens. Sorry, my camera's lagging again because the website's calling up a lot of resources here, but I'm telling you guys what we're seeing here. Let me close out some of this other stuff if I can. Like this and this. Okay, cool. And this. Okay, so Professor Doc asks, will Trump stand down if he loses? He will contest the election. I know for a fact that he will contest the election as hard as he can, because what we're seeing in these states, especially in Nevada, is just straight up voter fraud. And it's very important for Nevada that we actually get it as well. And if you look at this state, it is looking like a red state. There are only 2 counties so far that are even looking like they're even close to actually going for Biden. That's Humboldt County, and if it'll tell me what the bottom county here is. Sorry, the website always lags a little bit. And Clark County. So the rest of these counties are all looking like Trump country, and that's exactly what we've been thinking what will happen. So, and I've said this before, even if Biden runs away with Wisconsin and Michigan, which it's still really iffy on, and we keep Pennsylvania and of course North Carolina and Georgia, there is no mathematical possibility of Biden to win without Nevada. So Biden, in order to win, needs to have Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada. Nevada is still a battleground state, and as you guys saw it, and especially considering there's only 67% of the vote in so far, it can go either way. And there's no mathematical possibility for him to win without Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada. So if we're able to take either one of these states while maintaining Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, this election will be won for Trump. This election will be won. So that's what we're seeing. Will Trump stand down if he loses is a very interesting question. But considering what we saw from his Twitter so far, we're not thinking we'll stand down because he's seen the voter fraud firsthand. Eyewitness testimony shows it to him. So he's not going to give it up that easily. I'm telling you guys that much. We're going to check on his Twitter reel here. Okay. DC Capitol is just absolutely tearing. I type in TRUMP and I don't even find him. That's hilarious. Come on. There you go. Trump. All right. Let's see here. What? Come on. Twitter's taking its sweet time. Let's see if we have anything new from Trump. So he still has that retweet there. And he says, what is this all about? And it won't even let us see it. Let's see here. What is this all about? Come on, Twitter. Give it to me. Is it that same? I think it's the same tweet we just saw up here. Twitter's just taking its sweet time here, so we're just going to sit back and wait. All right. So, yeah, it's the same map here of what's happening in Michigan. That absolute, 128,000 votes that suddenly appeared for Biden. And it makes a lot of sense for them to want to cheat that because Biden needs Michigan. We just went over it a few times. Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada are what Biden needs at this point to win. And if he loses any of those states like Michigan, Wisconsin, or Nevada, he will not win. And so that's why they're pulling out all the stops on those states, especially Michigan, because he needs those electoral votes. 11 hours ago was, yes. Okay. So this is the original tweet that Twitter censored. They said it, violates some sort of civic policy, whatever the heck that means. Either way, that's what we're seeing with the election so far. We're still waiting for more and more votes to be cast and called and all that stuff. Not cast, but called. And this is what we're watching here. So we're going to scroll through my Twitter feed and just see what's going on. So Charlie Kirk says something weird is happening in Georgia. Trump is up 300,000 votes with 83% reporting, yet Democrats seem confident. Why? Poll watchers needed. And then Candace just tweeted 35 seconds ago. It says, you called this correctly last night. They were planning an overnight scam in Georgia. Their confidence made no sense at the time, and it makes perfect sense now. This election will end in court. That's a bold statement from Candace, and I can't say that it's wrong. I do think this election might just end up in a Supreme Court of all courts, and it's going to get ugly. I'll tell you guys that much. Is the screen blurry? I'll zoom in. I'll zoom in here if it's a little blurry for you to see. There you go. All right, so that, yeah. All right. You'll see one tweet for screen. Yeah. And this is exactly what I'm saying. So they're saying there are multiple paths for Trump to win, losing Wisconsin and Michigan, because if he wins Nevada, it is mathematically impossible for Biden to win. Even keeping Arizona. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. So Arizona update from Matt Schlapp says, apparently the use of Sharpie pens in GOP precincts is causing ballots to be invalidated. Could be huge numbers of mostly Trump supporters. More to come. Wow. This is a big story. This is a big story. Because those votes, if they are actually being invalidated, as he said, this is big. Because that those are Trump votes being invalidated. Hold on. I have to mute my phone here. Okay. So this is what we're watching here. This would explain why Arizona is going the way it is for Biden, because these votes are being invalidated because of the use of Sharpies, which I'm sure that the screen is still fuzzy. Okay, well, I hope you guys can at least read it. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm at least reading it out to you guys. Okay. Yeah, so somebody's asking, where were the 138,000 ballots hiding that went 100% for Biden in the middle of the night in Michigan? Yeah. Where'd they come from? Where did they come from through all this? Yes. They wouldn't report it. 130,000 votes in Michigan. It's crazy what we're seeing. I need to go back to the electoral map for a second. Andrew's saying we just need to turn Arizona. I'm not one to cut losses, but we don't exactly need to turn Arizona because it's mathematically impossible for them to win without Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada. If we win just one of those states, we will win the election because once they call Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, it will put us up at 264. And then if we win any of those states, it will put us over the line. It's fine. Just read. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep that on. I'll keep that in mind. Kesnel says Trumpers are ready to snap, and I'm here for it. Well, yeah, when you invalidate votes with Sharpies and you find 138,000 votes in a ditch, you can expect us to snap because it's a little weird. It's a little weird what we're seeing. Wow. Okay. What? Enrique Tarrio was stabbed last night. We actually saw that. We didn't see that, but they were trying to assassinate Elijah Schaffer, who's a journalist, last night. But did they actually? Can you Sarah? Can you source that to me in the comments or send it to me through Twitter? If you have my Twitter, it's @RealCCrypt. Can you DM me the link to that article if you have that information? In fact, I'll look it up. Enrique Tarrio stabbed. Because if that's true, that's really scary. Because Enrique is a friend of mine. Wow. Okay, so this is Daily Mail. Wow. Proud Boys chairman Enrique Tarrio was slashed in stomach, and 3 others, including a woman, are stabbed by BLM mob close to White House as right-wing group make white power symbols. Okay, well, I know what DC bar they're talking about. That's Harry's and white power symbols. I wonder what white power symbols they were talking about. The election's going okay? Yeah, sure. I'm seeing all these stupid ads. So DC Police Lieutenant Ralph Neal said that 3 Proud Boys were stabbed and injured in the early hours of Wednesday. 3 suspects are believed to be members of Black Lives Matter. 2 of the injured Proud Boys were chairman. Okay, I can't even read this article because of how many ads they had running on it. Sorry, Daily Mail, you suck. But that's the baseline of the story we had right there. Let's see if there's another place that has less ads on it. It's literally freezing my computer up. Trump tweeted. Hold on, let's go to that. Sorry about the delay here. This when articles have this many ads, they stabbed Blvd too. I can't handle it. Hold on. They stabbed Blvd. You've got to be kidding me. They're getting on us. You know, all those stories about the boarded up shops in DC, and they were like, oh, those racist Trump supporters are going to burn the city down. Meanwhile, they're the ones stabbing our people. They're the ones stabbing black people, black Trump supporters. Black Lives Matter. It doesn't really care about black lives, considering Enrique Tarrio is a Cuban, Afro-Latino American, Cuban black, and Bevelin is a black lady for Trump, and they're stabbing them. Do black lives really matter when you're endangering them like that? It's BS. It's BS. Okay, so I'm hearing that Trump tweeted as well. We're going to check on that story with Bevelin in a second, but we're going to look at Trump tweets. So yeah, one tweet in the last hour. Uber guy, you're in the stream. Okay, he says Beverly just went live in hospital. Wow. Okay, so Trump says they're finding Biden votes all over the place in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. So bad for our country. Even in Pennsylvania, because they paused. You remember last night they paused looking for votes. They paused actual counting for votes last night, and it was incredible. Okay, so Erica Murillo is saying, breaking, Wisconsin Elections Commission administrator announces that all ballots have been counted, and Joe Biden has won the state by an estimated margin of 49.6% to 48.9%. I'm going to see if I can find some other reports of this, but thank you for the information. Sarah, you guys are saying that you saw Bevelin's video. That's incredible. That's terrible. So they stabbed Bevelin and Enrique, flashing white power. Why would black people flash white power symbols? It doesn't make sense. Use Brave and uBlock Origin to help on those sites. I have ad blockers, but those sites have they use ad block detectors, and so that's why I have to disable them, or they won't let me look at the articles. So that's the annoying thing, but. She gave an update from the hospital. Is she on Twitter? I thought I remember her being banned off Twitter, but okay, there's Blvd right here. See if she gives an update. So there's her getting dragged away with the Jesus Matters shirts. Biden is going to jail. It's October. She hasn't tweeted. If this is her official account, she hasn't tweeted since October 30th. Where did she go live? If anybody knows. Oh yeah, thank you for the $5 super chat, by the way, a human. I didn't mention that, but thank you. It's the second super chat of the night. Yes. If Biden wins, will there be an immediate effect? Within hours of a Biden win being announced, the stock market will plunge. I'm guessing by about 200 to 400 points overall. we will see. You saw a Trump bump when he was elected. You're going to see a Biden what's the word? A Biden breakdown in the stocks immediately. Call me on it now. You will, because that's what we're going to see. Okay, sorry, I'm just checking in through my phone here because my computer is a little laggy as well, so just bear with me. In fact, I should probably grab my stand. All right, we'll do that in a second. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. We've had an amazing morning, or I guess we can say afternoon so far. It's now 12 p.m. and according to Erica, we've got some news to look at, so I'll check that in a second. But I do want to thank you guys so much. We're currently at 100. We're currently at 324 likes on the stream. We have 500 concurrent viewers on YouTube, which is the most I've ever had on a stream. So thank you guys so much for joining us. If you sent a super chat so far, thank you so much. If you sent one last night, also thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like button. We have 500 people in here, so let's get that likes all the way up. We actually hit 700 likes last night. So let's see if we can shatter that record today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you hit that like button, like I just said. And we're gonna. Is this the link? Okay, thank you so much. I think this is one of the people on the stream that sent it to me through Twitter. So let me show this. All right, so this is from The Sun. So knife horror, Blvd stabbed, conservative activists and 3 Proud Boys knifed in Washington, D.C. street ball during election. This is insanity. This is the kind of stuff that makes me oppose a civil war less and less. You know, that's not what I'm supposed to say. But when they are stabbing our people, that's the shot heard around the world for this second civil war that all these leftists and right wingers have been talking about. Hold on, let me show the actual article on screen. Let me get this real quick. Sorry about that. I was showing the DMs. Okay. Just give it a second here. Yeah. All right. So here's the article I was just reading from. Sorry about that. But Blvd stabbed, conservative activists and 3 Proud Boys knifed in Washington, D.C. street brawl during election. This is disgusting. This is disgusting behavior from the left. Black Lives Matter do not care about Black lives. They never have. And if you can look at what they're doing now, they never will. They have been infiltrated by the left wing. They've been infiltrated by Marxists, and Black lives are the very last thing that they care about. And what they're doing right here is proving that exact sentiment. They don't care about Black lives. It's nothing but an election ploy for the Democrats. And what we're seeing right now proves that without a shadow of a doubt. Sorry, I'm getting pissed off here because Blvd, Enrique, they're friends of mine. I have met these people. They're friends of mine, and they're being attacked. They're being wounded with knives. We can't stand for this. We cannot let this stay. Sorry about this. Sly sends a $20 super chat. He says, "Doing a great job, Chandler. Thank you so much." So pardon my anger, but you know, it's funny. When we don't get our way in elections, we say, "All right, we'll come back better next time." In 2018, did we burn down the nation because of what happened with the House? When we lost the House, did we burn down the nation? No. But the very idea that Trump could even possibly win the election is enough to get Black Lives Matter out here to stab you. Biden has been in the lead all night because of what Fox and all these other organizations have been saying, but it's not enough. It is not enough for Black Lives Matter. It is not enough for Antifa. It is not enough for the left because they're going to keep stabbing you. They're going to burn down your city. They're going to throw rocks through your window. They're going to loot your stores just by the very idea that Trump could even possibly win. If it's not a blue map, they're going to burn down your nation. If it's not a blue map, they're going to stab you in the chest. That's what we're seeing. We can't let emotions control us, though. But what we see here is just insanity. We're going to read a little bit through more of this article. The 3 Proud Boys were also stabbed and slashed following the altercation, which took place at about 3:20 a.m., cops say. So while you were sleeping in your bed, they were getting stabbed. Insane. And here's what we have. We have some video, actually, if we can get it. So I think, yeah. So, yep, this was at Harry's. I knew it. I've been here before. We have some Proud Boys stand back and stand by shirts, all that good stuff. There's Blvd right there in the hospital after being stabbed. There's some guy who looks like he was stabbed somewhere on the chin or the cheek. And then right here we have let me zoom in for you guys just so you can see it just a little bit better. Oh, it's doing the exact opposite of what I need to do. But what you can see right here is just an image of a visual scuffle. Let me reset this here. And then I want to see if I can find some video, possibly, or let's just read through the article some more. The DC Police Department has confirmed that a stabbing took place on the 700 block of 14th Street Northwest and are looking for 3 suspects. Footage posted on social media shows a group of people involved in a vicious street brawl. One man is seen clutching his face with blood on his hands and saying, "I'm bleeding." A person can be heard saying they stabbed Blvd, referring to the pro-Trump conservative activist. Blvd then walks down the road saying they stabbed me as she clutches her back. Jesus Christ. In a video posted from her hospital bed, BD alleges that she was stabbed by Black Lives Matter kids, though she doesn't say why she believes that to be the case. She claims her group saw a man who had come from a campaign event and who they feared was about to be attacked and went to assist. DC police tell me 4 people associated with the Proud Boys group were stabbed and slashed during an altercation. So yeah, we just read this, and here's some more of the images of it. At that point, she alleges that they came under attack. DC police have yet to say who was involved or what the motivation was, but are looking for 3 suspects. So that's just them being more conservative about what they're calling. But we know this is Black Lives Matter. We know that they're the only ones that would storm Harry's like this and would attack these individuals simply for trying to support the president, simply for standing back and standing by and trying to keep their community safe. You can't stand for it. That's what we're seeing. We're going to go back to Twitter and just take another look at what we're seeing here. But hold on, Joey. Joey, you're telling me that Pennsylvania has continued their counting. Let's go back to the electoral map and see what we have here. If we have some new results. Because if they are able to take Pennsylvania, that is an automatic loss for the president. Just like Biden needs Wisconsin, Michigan, and Nevada, Trump needs Pennsylvania and Nevada. But for the most part, Pennsylvania, because Nevada is showing to be a battleground state, he needs Pennsylvania. So we're gonna check in on Pennsylvania and see what we have here. You guys are telling me Trump tweeted again. Also, we'll check that in a second. So let's look at Pennsylvania here. So if it'll tell me what are we at here? So Pennsylvania is still maintaining a lead for Trump with 53.7% and 45.2% for Biden. That leaves Trump at 3 million votes with Biden at 2.5 million. That's 64% of the vote counted so far. So let's actually check in on the New York Times to see what their numbers are. They just called Maine. Okay, right. Okay. Okay. Where's the map? Okay, there it is. So Pennsylvania for New York Times is at 79%, and the New York Times has Pennsylvania at 53.7% for Trump and 45% for Biden. So it looks like in the eyes of the New York Times, that margin between the candidates is maintaining. So right now, I will say that Trump is looking to win Pennsylvania. Trump is looking to win Pennsylvania. It's really looking like it will go to Pennsylvania for Trump. And then if we look at Wisconsin and Michigan, that margin of vicinity to votes being reported to 100% is actually getting close there. We're still watching very closely to see how these states go, because if Trump is able to win either of those states, it is an automatic loss for Biden, because it'll be mathematically impossible for him to win if he does not net these 2 states, based on my calculations. Take that what you will, but that's what we're seeing here. So keeping a close eye on the election is it's a task. I'll tell you guys that much, but I love doing it for y'all. You guys are showing out with the likes. We're currently at 300. Nope, we're currently at 400 likes. You guys are amazing, and you guys have sent your super chats through as well. So it's all good. We're gonna check Trump's Twitter, see what we have. Also, if you would like to support me without any of it going to YouTube, we have Donor Box as well. Let me put that up on the screen, and then I'll also check and see if we have anything from Donor Box so far this morning, because I like to tell you guys live on stream if we get anything. All right, so nothing new through Donor Box, but if you guys would like to support me without any of it going through YouTube, that's how you do it. Okay, let's check Trump's Twitter. All right, Twitter is really annoying today with how they run the website, especially how they've been stealing it from Trump, blocking some of his tweets from going through. It's absolute madness. Come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sophie says, I'm on the edge of my seat and I'm not even American. Well, the leader of the free world does lead the free world, and that's what we're seeing right here. Okay, so Trump says they are working hard to make up 500,000 vote advantage in Pennsylvania disappear ASAP. Likewise, Michigan and others. How long until Trump gets banned off of Twitter? I am waiting for it, because when he's speaking like this, Twitter is not liking it. And I know they're just sitting in their headquarters in San Francisco, just heads fuming with steam, because they are not liking it. They don't like the very idea and notion that Trump could even get away. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's noon right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick lunch break. I'll be back at 12:30. I'm going to keep the electoral map on screen. You guys can head to some other streams for a little while. I'm going to take a quick lunch break. I'll be back at 12:30, so be sure to tune in right then. I'm going to keep an eye on the electoral map here for you guys. If something big happens, I may interrupt early. And I'll see if I can zoom out a little bit so it'll show the rest of it. Oh, hold on, wrong screen. Okay, so we'll just keep an eye on the electoral map here. If anything changes, I will let you guys know. Yep. All right. I'm zoom out so it'll all be seen. All right. I'll be back at 12:30. Just stay tuned. I'll see you guys in just about 20 minutes. Peace out.
like a gang, hey, so like a down, my nigga on my chain. We in the same on the game. Hey, Donald Trump is your president, if you like it or not. Keep that energy you had with Barack, cause you know this Trump train don't stop. Tell Beto. Hey, like a gang, hey, so like a down, my nigga on my chain. We in the same on the game. Hey, Donald Trump is your president, if you like it or not. Keep that energy you had with Barack. Hey, like a gang, hey, so like a down, my nigga on my chain. We in the same on the game. Hey, Donald Trump is your president, if you like it or not. Keep that energy you had with Barack, cause you know this Trump train don't stop. Tell Beto to please come try to take my block. You wanna impeach him? I guess that's what you do when you can't beat him. That need to dead that. And I'm coming through your hood in my red hat. And they say they looking for me, I say where? Cause it seem like they all high like some scared cats. You can tell the deep state that I said that. Cannons always
What is going on, everybody? We are back. We are back for our live election coverage of the presidential election. We just took a 20-minute break so that we could all go out, get a quick snack, all that good stuff. But we are back live today. It is November 4th, the day after Election Day. And we are still waiting for the results because that's just how the elections work these days. But here we are. So, yes. All right. What are we putting all the ones for? Somebody say put a 1 is something. Somebody said something in the chat. Well, either way, we're back. Wait for some more people to get up in here. But we heard some news while we were gone about Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada. I'm very happy that you guys stayed in the chat room and just had some quick conversations. But there you go. Yes. Nevada. Yes. So we're keeping an eye on everything, really. Keeping a close eye on Pennsylvania for sure. The president has been doing that as well because he knows that they're going to try to game that election specifically because we know they need it. Or they know we need it really. And if they can get it, then that just instantly ends the election right there. Trump needs Pennsylvania at this point. So we're looking at Trump's Twitter here because, yep, and as we predicted, they threw the little banner over it. Too much truth. They can't let it happen. And now they're loading again. They're working hard to make. Yeah, they're like this violates our content. You can't like it. You can't comment on it. You can't even naturally retweet it without adding a thing to it. Just really stupid. Yes. Right. What are you guys putting the ones in the chat for? I'm quite confused. I didn't see anything about putting ones in the chat for anything. Capital One? Yeah, we've been hearing about all the stuff with Sharpie. How is Nevada looking? Well, let's take a closer look. Because just as we looked before, it was about 2 counties that were blue, and then the rest of the state. Ooh, look at that! It's an 8,000 vote margin right now in Nevada. So, one full county has been fully counted for Trump. Wow. Jorgensen almost got as many votes as Biden. That's insane. Okay, is there some sort of Capital One conspiracy we're seeing here? Because everybody's putting ones and ones and ones. And I don't know what's going on. Okay, Tactical Technician posted it. Oh, I just saw it. Where is it? I said put a 1 in the chat if you believe the Democrats are still in this election. Well, now it's about to get flooded in the chat. Nah. He thought it was a lot before. Wait until now. Throw those ones up in the chat. Throw it up. Yeah, but look at the state. All those lightly pink shade counties are Trump counties. It's 1 and 2 counties, Clark and Washoe County, or Washoe, I'm not sure. And Washoe County is actually quite close, 46.6 to 50.8. And if we take a look at Clark County down here, if you look at Clark County down here, it's 52.9 to 45.4 with 72% of the vote counted so far. And like I said before, Nevada is that battleground state currently because if we look at the rest of the nation, if it'll let me zoom out here, geez, okay. Come on, Fox. Okay, so if you look at Michigan, you look at Wisconsin, if you presume and you give that to the Bidens and you let them keep Arizona and Virginia and all that, we keep Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia for the Trump campaign. They both are at 264, and they need that last 6 electoral votes from Nevada to push them over the edge. RB sends a $2 super chat, says, great job, keep it up. Thank you. Will do. Yes. He says, no way. Let's take a look at the margins here because it's 49.6. Woo! It's only like 28 or 9,000 votes that separate Trump from being on top in that state. It's crazy what they're doing, even with all the voter fraud, and it's still not enough to put them over the edge. That just goes to show you these states, these blue states, really are Trump country no matter what. Because minus all the voter fraud that Joe Biden pulls, it would be a Trump state. We saw it earlier tonight, or we saw it last night actually, because Biden is at 1.6 million and 30,000, and Trump is at 1.6 million with 9,000, and that's only like 20 or so thousand off from Trump being in the lead in that state. And then if you look at Michigan, which is kind of co-signed with Wisconsin, it is 49.7 to 48.8. So that's less than a full percentage point apart. So like it's like 0.8 or 0.9% apart for them two. Biden is at 2.6 million votes, while Trump is at 2.5 million, 66,000 votes. So it's really close right there. This election can still go either way quite quickly. Yes, we're watching all these quite close, as close as we can. What's going on here? Bobby said he's going to take a break because he's a teenager and his blood pressure is skyrocketing. All right, so I'm getting some word about something going on here that I should probably check out. Okay. So I'm being told that DC, the capital, who's an actual Arizona resident, was voted with a Sharpie, and his vote might have been invalidated. So let's see here. Come on. So let's watch this here. Wow. So that looks like a pen kind of Sharpie. Is that considered a Sharpie? Is that considered a Sharpie? Are these the kind of votes that are getting invalidated? Votes that are as clear as day like that, are they getting felt tip? They robbed his vote. Wow. Wow. Okay, well, if you guys couldn't see what that was, it was DC, the capital, who is an Arizona resident, voting for Trump. He used what looked like a felt tip Sharpie to vote, and apparently in Arizona, those votes are getting invalidated because of that. So some of these states are getting, specifically some of the voters in Arizona are having their votes invalidated for using Sharpies like this one. If you can see that, it's a fine point Sharpie. Wow. Some people just simply weren't even given a choice. This is Sharpie Gate. This is Sharpie Gate. And I'm seeing a tweet right here. Somebody in the comments of this tweet said, come on. Yeah, we didn't have the option to use a pen in Goodyear, Arizona, a conservative city. And you know what? What county is Goodyear City, Arizona in? And then we're going to take a look at that county on Arizona and see how it went and see if the voter turnout is low. So that's in Maricopa County. So we're going to go back here, go to Fox, and we're going to take a look at Maricopa County and see how low that turnout could be. No, it's not the internet connection. It's just StreamYard. It's also that my computer's like thermal throttling because it's a Mac. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at Maricopa County here. So we're going into Arizona. We need to find Maricopa County and just see how low that turnout could be, because that could be what caused, or is at least in part of the 100,000 vote discrepancy that has Biden on top of Trump here. Okay, this is New Mexico. Come on, I literally hit Arizona. Okay, so Maricopa County, Coconino, Gila, Maricopa. Yup. There you go. That's it right there. Those votes that were invalidated in Maricopa County, that is what caused the discrepancy right there. 100,000 votes are missing from cities like Goodyear City and other cities that are in Maricopa County, and that's why it's a Biden county right now. 77% of the vote in, but that's what's happening. And then let's take a look at the margins for that county in 2016 and see what we'll see. Yup, Maricopa County was Trump County last time around with Clinton. And we know that on average, Biden is performing better than Clinton. But would that have been enough to overcome Trump this time around? Right now, Maricopa County is leaning blue, and that is what's heavily turning the state of Arizona red, because Maricopa County is a huge county. That's more than 1 million votes right there. 700,000. That's like a 1.4 million right there. And it's not 100% reporting in Maricopa County. we're going back to 2020, if it'll update here. You look at Maricopa County, the voter turnout is actually higher so far, but it's going to Biden. So if you can look at that, you can look at both of those totals, you can understand that it's supposed to be higher. So that means that if we're looking at last election and looking at how things are supposed to be, Maricopa County's total for Trump is supposed to be higher than Biden's at this point, especially considering that the counting so far is 77%, which means that this Sharpie gate is directly affecting the calling for Arizona. This is voter fraud right here. This is creative. I have to give them credit. They actually stole the election by making you use a Sharpie instead of a pin, by making you use a Sharpie instead of an actual acceptable standpoint. This is Sharpie gate. This needs to trend on Twitter. Wow. This is egregious. I think if we take a look at the rest of the state, Maricopa County is the most populous county in the state. And that's why it had generally gone to Trump for all this time. But because of, it's Maricopa County and Pima County. Pima County's somewhere up there, not even close though. In fact, Trump has more voters in Maricopa County than both candidates combined in Pima County. So it doesn't add up much. Maricopa County is the most populous county in this state, as far as I'm seeing here, at least when it comes to votes. And this is what we're seeing here. Maricopa County was stolen because they used Sharpies. I might have to find out what county DC Capital voted out of, but yes. And Pima County went to Clinton last time around, so we can expect that to go to Biden. It's not even consequential to look at. But Maricopa County was stolen out of our grasp. Now, of course, there's still time for that Trump strong enthusiasm margin to actually come and surpass the invalidated Sharpie votes. But this is a thing right here. The 2020 election in Arizona was possibly stolen via Sharpie Gate. And Biden needs Arizona, because Arizona is to Biden as Pennsylvania is to Trump. So if Biden doesn't have Arizona, it doesn't matter if he gets Nevada, Michigan, or Wisconsin, because he won't have enough. It won't be enough. If Trump gets away with Arizona, he is winning the election. In fact, I want to just confirm my math here. So let's just say that Trump gets, so he's currently at 213. Let's say Trump gets that 16 from Georgia. So 213 plus 16 is 229 plus 15 is 244 plus 20. Oh, hold on, it reset. 213 plus 16 for Georgia, 229 plus 15 is 244 plus, hold on, the calculators for Mac is weird, but I believe 20, 15, 16 would bring him to 264. And then if he had Arizona, that would put him well over. That would put him well over. Bass is saying Arizona Nude said the Sharpie is allowed. Somebody said Wisconsin's still undecided. It is, but I'm calling the states for Biden to show that even if he runs off with the voter fraud on Wisconsin and Michigan and Nevada, not having Arizona will end his run. Will result in a loss. But because of what they did with the Sharpies, now we're looking at it, and that's why this election hasn't been a landslide already. That's why we're still awake now, because of what they did in Arizona with the Sharpies. And I'm hearing conflicting results here, but yeah, Tactical Technician just tweeted it, Sharpiegate. This is what they did. You guys need to spread the word about this. This is real. I'm going to tweet about this. This is what they did. And it's egregious. Somebody said Duval and Jacksonville, Florida was blue. It's always red. That's crazy. Did Sharpiegate change the election in Arizona? Okay, Nick says they're counting Sharpie votes now. That's interesting. Because if they're counting Sharpie votes now, then we're quickly about to watch Arizona flip real quick. Because only 84% of the votes have been counted in Arizona yet, which is more than enough of an open margin for Trump to take the lead back, just like he did in other states. And then we're now seeing that the margin for Georgia is quite small. That's 90,000 votes between Biden and Trump. And I'm guaranteeing it to you guys. Yup, it's Fulton County. What did I tell you? You can check back the stream last night. I told you, or it might have been this morning. I'm not even sure. They're kind of melding in my mind. But Fulton County would be where they cheated the most. And now we're looking at it. 319,000 votes for Biden right here. 71.8. Meanwhile, Trump's at 27.0. How is this county affecting everything else? Everything else. Just a couple counties changed the state. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I agree. If they do end up counting the Sharpie votes like DC Capitals, then we're gonna see Maricopa County flip, which in turn will flip the rest of the state. Yeah, David says on his mail-in ballot here in Maricopa County, only blue or black pin was allowed. This is an actual person that lives in Maricopa County who did a mail-in vote. It would only count if blue or black pin was what was used. So that's why we're directly seeing, and these are the mail-in votes that get counted quite early. This is why we're seeing a Biden lead so far, because a lot of those Biden guys wanted to vote through mail. But if they aren't going to count the actual in-person Sharpie votes, well, they are now, but if they didn't before, that's why Arizona was looking like it was going for Biden, and that's why we were banking on Nevada and that. But if Arizona flips, the election is over for Biden. He's going to do everything he can in Georgia and Pennsylvania, and we may see what happens there. But if Arizona flips, I'm pretty sure this election's over. German Shepherd says, I live in upstate New York. Our map is all red, but a few. I had to vote with a Sharpie too. Mom lives in Las Vegas and got a paper ballot and called them out on it. Crazy. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, though. And thank you for the message. What was the count in that county? Are you talking about Maricopa? Because we looked at that a minute ago. It was a Trump county, though. It was a Trump county. I'm sure if you look back even further, it would be Red County. But Maricopa County, 747,000 for Trump, 702,000 for Clinton. And that's with 100% of the reporting in. That's 1.4 million votes in the state of Arizona, which overall had 1.2 million plus 1. So like 2.2 million votes in total. Or yeah, 2.3 million votes in total. So that's more than half the state right there in Maricopa County that votes. Meanwhile, if you look at it now, the turnout in Arizona, Maricopa County has been much higher already, and it's only 77% of the way there. Do I think Arizona will flip? 84%. The margin is close. The margin is close. I'll give him that. I'm going to hold out giving any calls here. Do I think it will? Do I think it can flip? I think it can flip. Do I think it will flip? It's 51%. I do not think it will flip. I'm going to be pessimistic here. I do not think it will flip. But if it does, I will be very happy if it does. And I think we just watched some of the numbers switch here. Biden's at 51%. Trump's at 47.6%. The actual voter calls. Biden is at 1.4 million. Trump is at 1.3 million. With the gap being just about 100,000, or maybe, yeah, it's only a couple 100,000 or so separate. So we're watching this as closely as we can. Lindsay Monty sends a $5 super chat, says, will Arizona be required to have a re-election? This is so disheartening. I think if they do a recount, we should see maybe a couple numbers change, but I'm not quite sure. I'm still not sold on the idea of Arizona flipping. Well, we're going to watch it closely. We're going to watch it. Okay. We're going to check out Twitter again. I'm getting told that Project Veritas has something we can see. Yeah, so there's DC Capital's tweet again. Okay. All right, Project Veritas. Did they drop a video? Because they've been chronicling all this mail-in voting fraud and all of it. Yeah, they know about Sharpie Gate, y'all. This is where I saw it first. And I'm like, all right, well, let's do some investigation. I did my voter count investigation, and boom, this is 15 minutes ago. Wow. Suggests Philadelphia mail-in ballots run roughly 19-1 in favor of Joe Biden. No wonder the Democrats like mail-in voting so much. Whew, look at that. Shepard, I already read your super chat. Yeah, I already read it. All good. Yeah, just looking at Project Veritas here. I saw that earlier. They've been all over. Ballot harvesting, rigged election, all of it. And they are aware of Sharpiegate, and I'm sure we're going to see something from them real soon about it. Real soon. We're going to keep an eye on all of this. So this is saying Trump won election day in Arizona 65% to Joe Biden's 34%. I'm not quite sure where this number is coming from. Same day votes. Okay. But the mail-in voting, of course, the Democrats are so in support of that. The mail-in voting is what balances it all out. Absolutely. We're going to see a lot of interesting things real soon. What states does Trump need to win it? Well, let's take another look at the map here, because there's a few different scenarios. It all balances on if Biden wins Arizona or not. Considering I don't think it's going to flip, I'll just use on the Biden wins Arizona scenario. So what Trump needs right now is Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Nevada. That will bring him up to an even 270, leaving Biden at a 264 with all of his states, including Wisconsin and Michigan, and now Maine as well, because Maine's been called. But yeah, so you could just look at the math here. Joe Biden at 238, Trump at 213. If you add up once they finally call Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, that'll bring him up to 264. And then if he wins Nevada, which he really needs to, if he's going to win, then it will get there. I agree, Greg. He says it's getting too close in Georgia for his liking, and I don't like it either. And it's just Fulton County. They're the ones that are really going to bring this nation down because Trump needs Georgia. Trump cannot win without Georgia. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on. I think I've got something big for you guys here. Somebody asks what Sharpiegate. Can somebody in the comments let them know what Sharpiegate is? Because I'm about to show you guys something big here. We'll get back. We'll circle back around to that in a second, though. But you guys need to see this. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's watch this. This is, yeah. Come on.
Able to get that 50% plus one threshold that Georgia requires in order to win the election outright. We also know that Democrats had coalesced around Raphael Warnock, but we did not know what the second candidate would be because the Republican candidates were divided. In fact, there was a bitter fight going on between.
I'm not sure how well you guys are able to see this right now, but what we're watching right now is election workers opening up ballots, looking at them, and then throwing them in the garbage. This looks secure. Opening ballots, looking at them, and tossing them in garbage lined containers right on television. We're gonna keep looking into that. Yeah, I cannot see quality as bad, but I just explained it to you, and that's what you were seeing. I don't know how well the shapes were visible because the stream always glitches a little bit, but wow. Okay, we've got some breaking news. The Trump campaign has requested a recount in the state of Wisconsin, and some more news is Biden leads in Michigan by over 45,000, which I believe is lower than it was before. And then another organization estimates that Trump is in line to actually win Arizona. So we're going to keep a close eye on all that. Wow. Okay. Queekbeak sends a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Wow. Yeah. You guys are seeing all this. Yep, they are. I don't know when that. I don't know. You guys are saying that it's old, so I don't know what election that video was from, but there it was. Just goes to show you what happens. Wow. So, breaking news right here is Trump campaign requesting a recount in Wisconsin, and then carry Arizona. Let's actually break this down a little more. This breakdown is in line with what we are estimating and why we believe Trump will carry Arizona. These ballots are heavily Republican and will break in his favor. We estimate about 500,000 outstanding ballots. So that explains why the counting for Trump is that low. Estimated left to be processed from some counties. So Maricopa County, which is the county that really counts in that state, 250,000 votes left to be counted for Trump. Wow. So Arizona, I'm buying a little bit more into the idea that Arizona will flip for Trump, especially after reading that right there. 250,000 votes left to be counted from early voting, not from mail-in voting, but from early voting, which is very different. It's where people actually go in to vote early. If we're looking at it like that, then I'm thinking he might actually flip Arizona. It might actually go his way, and Joe Biden cannot win without Arizona. Let's actually crunch the numbers here. So Joe Biden is currently at 238 when it comes to electoral votes. Opening up the calculator here. Actually, I'll just use my phone calculator because this computer calculator has been weird to me. So if we look at this, Biden's at 238. Let's say he wins Michigan. So 238 plus 16, that's 254. Plus Wisconsin, that's 10. That's 264. And then you subtract 11 because he's does not win Arizona, so that's 253. You add 6 from Nevada, that's 259. That means that without Arizona, Biden does not currently win unless he's able to turn around and get Georgia or North Carolina or Pennsylvania. If Biden is able to win any of those 3 right states, any of those 3 eastern states, he will win the election. If he does not get Arizona, he will not win the election. There are 250,000 votes left to be counted in Arizona, hence the 84% reporting in. Those 84, that 20 or so percent remaining is what needs to be counted in Maricopa to turn it red, which will turn Arizona red and will guarantee a Trump victory of the election. This is looking good. We always have these ebbs and flows of hope throughout the day, and it's looking pretty dang good because of what we just read. And then if you look at Wisconsin here, they're within the margin to call a recount less than 1%. It's about a little under 20,000 votes that they lead through. And then same thing with Michigan. I don't know if they're going to be able to call the recount on Michigan, but it is getting close. Yeah. We're keeping an eye on all this. Yeah. Yeah, I understand the fear about Georgia. I do. I really do. Georgia is at, let's see here, 95% counting in. So that's still 5% of the vote that they could just dig up out of somewhere, which I really don't like. Fulton County has been causing a lot of problems for the state, as have this blue ball right here with DeKalb. And it's not showing me the counties anymore, but Gwinnett and all those other ones. Oh, the whole site's frozen. Lovely. Okay, there we go. But yes, we're seeing a lot of weird things, but I think Trump will carry Georgia all the way through. I think he will. I'm not too worried about that. Yes, and my count right there was if Georgia goes red. Trump cannot win without Georgia right there. Trump cannot win without Georgia. He needs Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia to bring himself up from 213 up to 264. And if we assume Biden keeps Arizona, then that will mean that Nevada will be the battleground. If Trump gets Arizona, then that means it's over. So we're looking at 2 main scenarios right here. That scenario is if Biden keeps Arizona or if Biden loses Arizona. And then if Biden keeps Arizona, then Trump needs these 3 states right here, Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. And Biden needs Michigan and Wisconsin. And since we're having the recount in Wisconsin, we're going to have to wait a little longer to see all that. And then that's when the battleground will be in Nevada. But if Biden does not get Arizona, I cannot reiterate this enough. If Biden loses Arizona, which is really possible he might, if Biden loses Arizona, this election is over. This election's over. And I neglected to mention that Alaska hasn't been called for Trump yet, so that would actually factor in more. So he'd be 216. So that means the math would actually be even better in Trump's favor for those extra electoral votes there. And I believe these are the only 2 blue states left that have yet to be called. So Biden is kind of stuck in the water. here, and I've neglected to cast Alaska because it won't be so consequential. But yes, and to give you an update on USMC Valhalla, he has called a recall in Wisconsin because he's within that margin to be able to call it. Biden only has a 0.6% lead ahead of Trump right there. Yes. Yeah, we've talked about that, Zero. It's absolutely insane what we're seeing with those votes, but we still should pull through with all this. We're watching it as close as we can. There's some interesting things that have happened with states like Arizona and Virginia, but we're keeping a close eye on all of it. I'm really upset about Virginia. If we were able to carry and capture Virginia, we still can, but if we were able to keep carrying Virginia, this election would have ended a lot sooner. I'll tell you guys that much. But they just will not. They will not let it go. They won't. Yeah. You're cool, USMC. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, and just Greg, you're right. If everything, and I should clarify his statement right there. If all the states that lean blue currently actually go blue, then it will end in a Biden victory. Because if you look right here, and let me just crunch the numbers as well. 238 for Biden currently. You add 238, and then you add 16, that's 254, plus 10, that's 264, and then you add 6, that's 270, and then so that's I don't know where 276 came from. I don't know what you're using to add in there, but it comes up to 270 because it's 238, and then we'll just do it again. 238 plus 16 from Michigan, plus 10 from Wisconsin, plus 6 from Nevada, that's 270. We're watching Nevada closely, and I reiterate this a lot of times. If Arizona flips for Trump and Trump continues to get Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, he will win because it will not be enough for Biden to net that. Either way, we're keeping a close eye on that. And Hip Hop Thinker says check out Michigan, 49.7 for Biden, 48.8. Huh. 2.621. 4% of the vote is left to be counted, estimated. It's all good. It's all good, Alyssa. I'm on the Fox News election general results site. I'll just paste that in the chat for you. Shout out to everybody that is joining us in the stream once again. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like button. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who has super chatted so far and everybody who has hit that like button as well. We're currently at 589 likes. We're trying to hit 600 likes, so be sure to hit that like button and maybe you could be our 600th like of the day. Thank you. Where was the Veritas video and where? When was the? I don't think they've dropped a new one yet, but they dropped one in Minnesota about an hour and a half ago. Yes. All right. Yeah. Hoyan 10 cents a $5 super chat and says, keep up the amazing work, man. I sure will. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for the super chat. And of course, if you guys would like to support me without any of it going to YouTube, then definitely be sure to check out the donor box. It's just right down there. Let me actually check if you guys have sent anything through there to manually do it. All right, nothing yet. Crazy. Yep, so Trump campaign has requested a recount in Wisconsin. Good. Yes. A lot of people are saying Trump might actually hold over Arizona. A lot of people are coming out to agree with that, which is really interesting. Yeah. Rich McCormick. Cool. Okay. Yeah. What is the statistical probability that out of 100,000 votes counted after hours, all of them go to one candidate? What sense does it make? It doesn't make any. Trump's talking about that. Everybody's talking about that for good reason. Chandler, Minnesota was throwing away ballots. Insane. That's insane. Yeah. Nothing new from the president. Let's check the New York Times and see what they have things projected as. Because they were one of the few networks that did not project Arizona for Biden immediately. County of Michigan reversed its vote count. Oh, nice. Okay. Who's confirming Arizona? No one's confirming Arizona yet, but a lot of people are saying that Arizona will be held on by Trump. And a lot of some organizations are also saying that as well. So it's really interesting to see that. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. Okay. Arizona. So yeah, and on the New York Times, they have 86% of the Arizonan vote in, 51% to Biden, 47% for Trump, and then we take a closer look at what really matters for this state, which is Maricopa County. Oh, I forgot this. They don't do the county by county sometimes here for some reason. Unbeknownst to me, I don't know. Sometimes they don't. So if we go back and look at Fox, you can really hear about the Sharpie Gate. Yeah. Queekbeak sends a $10 super chat and says, being young myself, it is refreshing and great to see someone rare as you using their knowledge and thinking for themselves. Make the choices you believe in and don't fall to dogma. I'll love Chandler. Thank you so much, Queekbeak. I will. Keeping an eye on things as close as we can here. This is a really, really intriguing election so far, just to kind of walk it through on both ends. Yeah, apparently the stream is blurry. I might have to switch which Wi-Fi I'm on. Which one am I on? Okay, I'm on that one. Okay. Oh, we're hearing Biden will speak this afternoon? There it is. Let's see if he tries to declare victory. I don't know why he would do that, but he would. That's just what he does. Oh, Vincent sends €2 and says, "What's up, everyone? How you doing since yesterday?" Thank you so much, Vincent. And yeah, thank you for tuning in last night. I remember you were very active in the chat. There you go. Oh, yep. Josh Brett sends $15 through DonorBox. Thank you so much, Josh. Did you put a message on there? He says, "Keep up the work, sir. You are the future of the country." Thank you, Josh. I definitely will. And with your support, you make it easy. So yeah. Cece says, "I got a few hours of sleep, as did I. My sleep was actually pretty good. It was nice, but you know, wish I had gotten more. But got to keep an eye on the election, you guys. It's a lot of things happening, you know. Just a lot of stories breaking back to back to back. You got to be out here for it. Election results. Yes. Oh, isn't that hilarious? Twitter has the U.S. has officially left the Paris Agreement on climate change, and they just have an image of the world on fire. Oh my god. It's hilarious what we see. Okay, so here's a statement on Wisconsin. Despite ridiculous public polling used as a voter suppression tactic, Wisconsin has been a razor-thin race, as we always knew it would be. There have been reports of irregularities in several Wisconsin counties, which raise serious doubts about the validity of the results. The president is well within the threshold to request a recount and will immediately do so. Bill Stephen, Trump 2020 campaign manager. There you go. Recounts going in. Has someone provided a halfway plausible reason explanation for the states that randomly stopped counting votes in the middle of the night? No, I didn't think they needed to. They just do what they want. Yep. If you voted in Arizona, check the status of your ballot here. Oh, wow. That's important. Okay, hold on. I'll put that link in the chat just in case anybody voted in Arizona. I'll copy that real quick for you guys. All right. All right. It's in the chat. If any of you guys voted in Arizona, you can check the status of your vote there. Anonymous says, "Trump will get Arizona. It shouldn't be that close, though." I agree. The fact that Biden can even possibly be above just doesn't make sense in that state. Excuse me, especially looking at Maricopa County as well. No. And Maricopa County simply shouldn't go that way. Especially considering what we've seen in the previous years. We're getting something from what county? Antrim County in Michigan. Okay, let's take a look at that. Come on. Give it a second here. Okay. Okay, so Antrim County, where is that? Come on, Fox. Just let me see. Iron County, Delta County, Antrim. I just saw it. Where is it? Charlevoix, Antrim. Okay, so the numbers have been reset. So I was receiving reports that Biden was beating Trump in this county, and it didn't make a lot of sense. But now the votes of that county have been reset back to 0. Isn't that interesting? And there's not that many blue counties in this state. It's always these big counties that have a ton of people in them that suddenly go blue, and that's it. Macomb. Yeah, keeping a close eye on Michigan here. Yeah. Did Trump, I believe he hit Arizona a couple times, especially during the last few times. Wow. Yeah, we're just watching this election here. Definitely keeping a close eye on Arizona. I wouldn't be surprised if we go in there, we take a look at Maricopa County, and we see that Trump starting to come back in there, especially since they're now counting the votes of the Sharpies. And I'm going to have a close eye on Pennsylvania as well, just to see what happens there, because I'm thinking they're going to try to pull something in Pennsylvania, because they know that we need Pennsylvania. So let's take another look at Maricopa County here again. Come on. Come on. Let me see Maricopa. What just happened? Okay. All right, Maricopa County. So that margin is starting to shrink down. 77% reporting, with Trump at 758,000 votes, with Biden at 857,000 votes. Those percentages are 52% for Biden and 46% for Trump. Vincent's ready to fight. There you go. Nathan says he's in class, but he's focused on this. I don't blame you. This is, in my opinion, a lot more important than anything those schools could really be teaching you right now. Unless you're like a kindergartner learning how to read, then that'd be pretty important. But yeah, no, that's not what's happening right now. We're just kind of swapping between all these different sources to see what kind of news we can get, because it's been kind of slow. Just watching all the states just sort of flip and flop left and right, and see some of these organizations tweet out saying, we think this is going to go this way or this is going to go the other way. Some recounts getting requested. Wow. Okay. So Susan Collins, her opponent conceded the race, so she has won her re-election. Cool. Okay, so Georgia Secretary of State says that Wednesday State only has about 250,000 votes left to count, and he expects to have every vote counted by the end of the day. Georgia results done by the end of the day. Let's take another look back. And I know the exact county he's talking about. They're doing some vote counting in Fulton County, and let's take another look here, because I believe the margin is just about under 250,000, which means that we might see a situation similar to how we had 128,000 of those votes in Michigan go to Biden out of nowhere, or it might have been Wisconsin. We might see those 250,000 votes go to Biden for nothing. So let's take a look at Georgia here. So Fulton County. So, okay, and it says 319 to 120,000. And let's zoom out here, and we'll see. So it is 2,299,000 to 2,385. So it is more than possible that those 250,000 votes could all go Biden's way, and we could lose Georgia. If we lose Georgia, Trump will lose the election. Trump will lose the election if he loses Georgia. I don't think he will lose Georgia, but he needs Georgia. Even if he wins Arizona, if he does not win Georgia, it will be a loss. So let's just take a look. Let's do the math here, actually. And so Biden's currently at 238. So let's say he loses Arizona, which is minus 11. So 227. You add 16 from Michigan, add 10 from Wisconsin, and add 6 from Nevada. That leaves him at 259. But then if you add that 16 from Georgia, he could possibly get, that is 275, which would be a win for Biden. It's unlikely, but that's another scenario we could see. Yeah, Alyssa, I'm saying the same thing. Not my state. He cannot win Georgia, but they have 250,000 votes left to count from Georgia. I don't know what kind of votes they are, but if they are mail-in votes, all 250,000 of them, I'm worried. If they are, but if they're not, then we have nothing to worry about. But I have some donations to get to. Coffee or Die sends a $5 super chat with a peace sign. Thank you so much, Coffee, and peace sign to you. And then Diane sends a $25 donation. And did you send a message with it? She says, no message. Or was it? Hold on. She says, "You are definitely a hope for the future of the United States. God bless you. Never let anything or anyone corrupt you." Thank you, Diane, and I definitely won't. Thank you for the support. Paying really close attention to all this here. Did your whole family vote for Trump in Georgia? You know, I can't say for sure myself because who knows if they did or didn't, but I know that I was told that my brother, my mom, and my dad did vote for Trump. I was told that, at least, I think. So it's very valuable, but of course, you know, it's Georgia and we're in the metro Atlanta area, so might have gone Biden's way either way, but we did everything we could. We fought. We did fight. And you can see right around here, we had an effect. I don't know how well you guys can see those numbers, but this is MAGA country. I'll tell you guys that much. We're just waiting for the votes in Fulton County. 300. I'm actually going to look at something here. I want to look at how Fulton County performed in the 2016 election in comparison to now. Because if we go back to 2016 and we take a look at Fulton County, so 297,000 votes. So that means that Fulton County has even more people that have shown out for it already. And the county is only at, once it's only at 96% reporting. So that's a really large increase for Fulton County's turnout. And this is the only county left to be counted so far. So that means that there are 250,000. Y'all, I don't know. I'm kind of worried about Georgia now. Fulton County is a Biden county. This is something we know. This is Fulton County right here. Those 4% of the votes in Fulton County, 4% of the votes are 200, that's 500,000 votes right there, or 250,000 votes that are going to come in Fulton County, which is a Biden county. I'm worried about Georgia because the margin between Trump and Biden on the entire state, if you take another look at that, is less than 250,000. It's like 90 or so thousand. I am really worried about Georgia. I don't know. Paying a close attention to all this. I wish I could have voted as well, Morg. I wish I could have. CC, you sent something? Yeah. Okay, good, Alyssa. Checking your ballot now to verify. Great. The media is not reporting it. Yeah. Now we're paying close attention to all this. According to the Secretary of State of Georgia, there are 250,000 votes left to count. If you take a look at the actual state, it is all coming from this county right here. Not DeKalb County, but Fulton County, that has 4% of their votes remaining. If he is correct, that means that 4% of Fulton County, is 250,000 votes left. So something doesn't add up on that. And this is the only county left to be counted, right? They're all the rest at 100%. Something's not right here. But if it's true that there's 250,000 votes left to be counted in that state, it could still flip for Biden. And it's worrisome. Yeah, Vincent says, no way Georgia's not red. I agree, but it's possible. Let's take another look at the legislative here. So, yep, House balance is sort of getting more back to normal. The Democrats have 194, Republicans have 185. And, of course, on the Senate, it's still split 50-50. Yes. Hung Fun sends a $5 super chat, says, thank you for all you do. The corrupt news stations need you to train them. Hey, man, I'm just looking at what I see and telling you guys what I see. I don't see what's I see what the big fuss is. I'm just doing what I should be doing, doing what they should be doing. There you go. Watching everything. Yes. It's hard to hide these images. There you go. Come on. Taking another look at Twitter just to see what we're seeing here. Okay. Bryson asks, how are we looking in Arizona? Is anyone reporting more than 85% in? I'm not seeing any movement or any votes being counted. Interesting. Members of Walkaway are sharing the story about Sharpies in Arizona and validating votes, and Facebook is relentlessly sending me false news alerts, stating that the story about Sharpies is not true. Wow. So big tech is already denying Sharpiegate. I'm going to tweet that. Has even more merit than we thought. I'm gonna throw the hashtag on there as well. That people see that. Oh, that's the $sign hashtag. Okay. Tech is already denying Sharpiegate. That's hilarious. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Nice. Yeah. We're seeing a lot of news about Sharpiegate now. Some ridiculous spins. My man is absolutely one re-election. Republicans will maintain control of the Senate. Well, that's really good. Great. Great. Wow. Members of Parliament have backed the new lockdown in England. Britain will be locked down once again. Amazing. Wow. Fox Decision Desk is doubling down on Arizona for Biden. Wow. We're seeing so many conflicting results here. We don't know what's happening in Arizona. It is the new battleground state because if the Bidens keep that, then it's going to fall us back to Nevada. And if Trump gets it, that's a win right there. Facts. So we're seeing from these official sources that say Trump's going to win Arizona, and then Fox is saying Biden's going to win Arizona. It is all over the place. We just don't know. We just don't know what to look at here. Interesting. Lindsay Monty sends a $5 super chat that says there's a site called 270towin.com that is an interactive map to play out the election based on your thoughts. Might want to check it out. Yeah, I went there yesterday to try to get it figured, but it was my first time trying to use it, so I hadn't figured out how to get it going. Interactive map. Trying to see if I can. I'm trying to make my own map here. So president, and then simulation. So I did want to do that, just to sort of plug it in and make it easier for you guys to see what I'm talking about, so I don't have to use the calculator. Okay. Okay, that's a simulation. I'm trying to do an interactive map here. While we wait for more results to come through. Come on. Electoral college map. Forecasts. Yeah, if you can tell me how to make the map here. Yes. Somebody said that's the legit site. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I still haven't found how to actually make one myself, though. Create a specific matchup by clicking the party okay. So do I just do it like this? Oh, okay, so I do just do it like that. So like that. Okay, I do. That. That's a toss-up in Arizona, unfortunately. We have that. Come on. Okay, 267 for Trump. So that is if North Carolina and Pennsylvania are called for Trump. That leaves him at 267 with Biden at 259. And then if Arizona, and you'll see here, if Arizona goes to Biden, it's 270. This is with all the other states already called, including Wisconsin and Michigan. I'm going to set those to toss-ups since we don't actually know. Okay, and that would leave Nevada. So if we cap Nevada, then that's good for us. And this shows that, to explain it really, Michigan and Wisconsin, it's irrelevant where they go it's necessary, but it's irrelevant. So if Trump gets this Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, and Nevada, that is an automatic win. Meanwhile, if Biden gets Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada, that's an automatic win for him. So as you can see, this is where it's divided up. But then if Trump gets Arizona, then it's an automatic win for him. And if Biden doesn't get Arizona or Nevada, then it's a blowout for him. I'm not quite sure where I'd want to put the map, but or how I'd put the map, but let's just reset the map. I'd like to blank map. There we go. Okay, so and then we can just go to this is what I wanted to do here. So I'm gonna fill in the map naturally how it is without any of the confusion, and then just sort of fill it in from there. So all these up here, this, this, and then this, Virginia, West Virginia, North, South, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, and then we'll leave these as toss-ups for now. And then Illinois goes to Biden, and then Iowa goes to Trump, right? That's what it was right now, yeah? Yeah, Iowa's for Trump, Missouri's for Trump, Minnesota's for Biden, and then that right there. So that's 245 for Republicans so far if they finally call all these here. And then we're going to fill in the West Coast as well now. So this. Kansas went to Trump. Nebraska is kind of a toss-up between them, but it went to Trump as well. South North Dakota, Montana. Where did Idaho? Idaho goes red, right? I believe so. Yeah, Idaho goes red. So does Utah. Idaho, Utah. And that's 275 right there. What did I fill in that I probably shouldn't have filled in yet? It's did I fill in Illinois for Trump? No. It was Virginia. I filled Virginia in for Trump. Ha. Do that. That's why it was that. Yeah. You guys said VA is for Biden. Yeah. No, sorry, that was an accident right there because I was just filling in the East Coast there. Thanks for catching me on that. And then Wyoming goes to Trump. And then this is kind of where we stand right now. So it's Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, and Arizona. Oh yeah, and then Alaska for you, and this for you. So if they finally do call in everything, this is where Trump and Biden will stand, with Trump at 268 and Biden at 227. That's with Trump. Yeah, Idaho and Utah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why? Yeah. So this is what I'm saying here. If Trump wins Arizona, it's an automatic win for him. It doesn't matter if Biden wins Nevada, Wisconsin, and Michigan. If Biden wins Arizona, then that leaves him at 238. And then if he wins Nevada, Wisconsin, and Michigan, that is a win for him with an even 270, with Trump at 268. So that's why it's really important that we have Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. So if Biden wins Georgia, but Trump has Arizona, it'll still be a win for Biden because Georgia counts for more than Arizona. So it's really unlikely that they'll get Georgia, but that's what we're looking at here. So if we balance things out like this is what a possible electoral map could look like. So that's with Biden winning all 4 of our current battleground states. That's how it could come out for him. But if Trump possibly wins a recount in Wisconsin, that could set a lot of things off, with Trump having 278 here. But we're going to keep it with him, with Biden having Wisconsin. That's at Biden with 270, and then we just set Nevada as toss up. This has toss up. This has toss up. This has toss up. These 4 tan states are our current battleground states. If they at long last call all of the currently standing Republican states for Trump, which is Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, that they have yet to call. Let me just double check that. Yeah, those are the states they have yet to call for Trump, as well as Alaska. It will leave Trump with an electoral vote count of 268 and Biden at 227. So we need to make sure that states like Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, and Wisconsin all go for Trump, because if any one of them goes for Biden, it's over. As you can see, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona. So if we can win just one of these states, like Arizona, it'll be a Trump win. Or if we get Nevada, that's California. Hold on, hit the wrong thing. If we get Nevada, it'll be a Trump win. If we get Michigan, it'll be a Trump win. And if we get Wisconsin, it'll be a Trump win. So that's why it's very important that we get at the very least one of those states. If we don't get any of those states, if he gets all 4 of those battleground states, the election is over with Biden at 270. So that's what we're standing by right now. I'm going to switch the page over to Fox real quick, but that's what we're looking at here as far as what our battleground states currently are and where we stand. I hope that was easy enough for you guys to understand here, because it's taking a closer look at all this, and you can see, you can compare and contrast that with our current map here. If we can presume that we keep Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, as we should, then that will leave Trump with 268 electoral votes, counting Alaska as well. So that leaves just this state, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, And once they fix Arizona as well as the open battleground states. That's just the update here. Yes. Yes. So what's going on in Wisconsin? We're keeping a close eye on everything. In fact, they've called a, oh, hold on, I hit the wrong comment. Sorry, it's lagging a little bit. But what's going on in Wisconsin is they're actually doing a recount for the election because it's 0.6% away. So the recount will happen as soon as Trump can call it when they have 100% of the reporting in. And that's when we can find out who wins Wisconsin. It's very important that as Trump, he needs to win at least one of these 4 currently standing battleground states, at least that have yet to be called. There's also Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. It's safe to say that North Carolina is going to Trump, and it's safe to say Pennsylvania is going to Trump unless they do some heavy election fraud. And I'd say the same for Georgia, but it's a little bit more iffy. Georgia, especially considering Fulton County, that they still have a good 5% left to go. But the states I'm currently looking at as our battleground states are Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, and Arizona. These are our 4 battleground/swing states that could change the tides of this election. All Trump needs to win is one of these 4 states in order to win this election. If Biden wins all 4, the election is over. And that's what we're looking at right here. So if these 4 states all go to Biden, he will win the election. But if Trump wins any of these 1 states, he will win, as long as he keeps these other 3 states. I hope that was a way that you guys could understand for you. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Does anyone know what time the winner will be announced? Nope, nobody knows. We don't even know. That's the luxury of the current day. Welcome to the 2020 election, folks, where nobody knows anything and it's all just blah. Don't you love it? Let's take another look at Twitter here and see if we have anything new. Yes. Oh, I'm happy to do the numbers. Yeah. You guys bring me numbers with all these likes and comments and super chats and all that, and I'll give you guys the numbers. Speaking of likes, we're currently at 661 likes, ladies and gentlemen. We're 40 likes away from hitting 700. So let's get it up. Hit that like button, all that good stuff. We're going to keep streaming for a while. Who do you think is going to win? Oh, you already know. Wow. Sarah McBride set to become first openly transgender state senator in the U.S. after winning election in Delaware. Okay. That's interesting. Cool. I guess. So, yep, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. This is what we need for victory. Any machination of Arizona or Michigan or Wisconsin or Nevada, any of those 3 states. If we win just one of those states, the election is over and Trump wins, as long as he maintains North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. It's very simple. Yes. Oh, I'm very happy that Adam voted in Arizona now. Actually, let me ask him. He voted in Maricopa. That's really good. Yeah, okay, so he says, according to report, Georgia might turn blue. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that, but I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't think so. I don't, but we'll see. It's unlikely, though, but we'll see. I'm not going to shut down anything. Wow. Yes, yeah. Wisconsin Township Clerk is missing, and they just can't seem to round her up. She has ballots unaccounted for. She's probably sitting in some hotel switching all the ballots up, isn't she? Burning the Trump votes. Oh, man. That's hilarious. Oh, this is a really good tweet right here. Elections should not be conducted in this manner. We have the best technology, but our election process is worse than that of some third world countries. Fox just said that the Willow Township clerk in Wisconsin went home sick and didn't post the ballots last night, and that they can't find her today. Oh my gosh. That's just a reminder to everybody in Arizona. Please use this website here to check your ballot. I'm gonna paste it into the chat again. Just make sure if you're in Arizona, it's very important. It's one of our 4 battleground swing states here. Oh, it sent us a Twitter link, but it'll send you the right place. Oh, this is a good tweet right here. So the Republicans hold the Senate, gain seats in the House, but the incumbent president is going to lose despite winning Florida by 3 and Ohio by 8. Something funny is happening. Is there an actual update when it comes to the Senate and House? I haven't looked at that. $238, $213, and then I haven't seen any evidence of the Republicans holding the Senate here, but it's 47 to 47, 196 to 185 for the House and Senate. I mean, for the Senate and House respectively. Interesting. Yeah, they still hold Arizona as a flip, with Biden having a little under 100,000 point lead here, or 100,000 vote lead, I should say, not point. Let's take a look at the New York Times and see what they have to say about all this. I haven't been looking as much at their sources, but I think they have something here. Yeah, their numbers are 227, 213. Where's the map? That's the map right here. It should load in a moment. Nothing. Where's the map? Why is the New York Times always holding out on me when it comes to the map? There it is. Okay. Yep. So they, unlike Fox News, they have yet to call Arizona for Biden, which is good. Wisconsin's at 98% of the votes reported. Really close there. 29.6, 8.7. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here's an article. In much-watched Georgia, an estimated 200,000 votes remain uncounted. I'm telling you guys, I feel like we're about to see a steal of an upset in Georgia. And I'm not liking the way that sounds. Somebody spamming in the chat again. Pathetic. Nevada's looking remarkably close here, especially considering there's a lot of room for votes here. 48.6 to 49.2. They're both just about a percentage point off from each other. Could still go the way of Nevada. And Nevada is one of those 4 battleground states that if Biden doesn't net, he will lose. Because 238. Let me actually just confirm that real quick on the 270 to win. If Biden does not get Nevada, if Biden doesn't get Nevada, he will not win, because that will leave Trump at 274 with Biden at 264. So yeah, Biden needs Nevada, and without even looking at the other states, even if Biden somehow gets away with Arizona, Michigan, and Wisconsin, if he does not win Nevada here, it's game over, and Trump will win. He'll be at 274 electoral votes. It's interesting just to watch this all. Just keeping a close eye on everything. A lot of waiting to do, though. I don't think too much is going to come forth. Yeah, just keeping an eye on things here. I'm surprised they haven't called yet, considering, look at it. It's really weird how they handle what they call for, because you look at Virginia and how fast they called that when it was at like 10% of the reporting in, and Trump was in the lead for a good percentage of time. And yeah, you're agreeing with me. I can't believe North Carolina and Georgia have yet to be called. Look at that. 50.1% North Carolina and 55.7% in Georgia. Oh, no, that's South Carolina. Okay, 50.3% in Georgia. If only Georgia was as strong as South Carolina. If you guys have some county requests you want me to take a look at, I'll do them. I'll do them right now. You wanted me to take a look at North Carolina. All right. That's interesting. Looks like we're seeing something kind of similar to what we're seeing in Georgia. Every single county is counted 100%. However, North Carolina only overall says it's at 95% reporting. What's that about? Could just be a glitch, or they could be doing something. Yeah, I'm seeing what you're talking about, Alyssa. Interesting. Yeah, Biden thinks he's running for Senate. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, because it says there's still 6% of the votes left to be counted, but no counties have anything left open. And then if you look at Georgia, it says 95% of votes left to be counted, but in Fulton County, it's 96% that's been reported, and this is the only open county. So we're seeing some discrepancies in the percentage points here of how it goes overall. I mean, I think it's mathematically possible, kind of, but I don't know. Not sure. Just paying attention to things here. We are currently at 693 likes, ladies and gentlemen, so please be sure to hit that like button. We just need 7 more likes before we match our previous record of 700 likes, so be sure to hit that like button. Hit it up, hit it up, hit it up. Let's take another look at Twitter here, because I feel like Trump's going to tweet real soon. I got that sense in my soul. Let's just go directly to his Twitter. Yeah, nothing for an hour. They're still censoring his tweets, though. Let me check the Sharpie Gate trend. See what people are saying about that. It isn't been trending yet. Wow. So here's somebody who actually sent some results from Arizona, and we're about to see it. Wow, ballot status canceled. And they used their Sharpie. Wow. That's crazy. Sharpie Gate seems like the perfect end to 2020. I agree. I believe it. I think we're all trying to get to the bottom of Sharpie Gate in Arizona. It's absolute madness. I'm over 700 likes. Let's go. Clap that up, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. Jeez. Wow, wow, wow. Sharpie Gate is everywhere. Oh, my tweet's in here. Cool. Yes, yes. Surprised there's not more about Sharpie Gate, but you know, Twitter might not be allowing it to trend. I've seen quite a lot of votes here. I mean, tweets here. 6 seconds. Oh, it should be trending. This many tweets in such a small period of time, it should be trending. Veritas tweeted it out. And then let's see, is it trending on the trending tab yet? Let's see what is trending. Wisconsin, of course, USPS. Wow. Counting. Count every vote. Democrats. Yeah. Oregon. Who cares? Senate. Dems. Bernie. Oh, yeah. Some stuff about sports. And well. Shapiro. Sharpie. There we go. So the word Sharpie is trending, not Sharpie Gate, but no, there's no way Pennsylvania's going to go blue. If Pennsylvania goes blue, the election's over. So no, it can't happen. Wow. Apparently, the use of Sharpie pens in GOP precincts is causing ballots to be invalidated. Could be huge numbers of mostly Trump supporters. More to come. This is really believable too. Adam Krigler says, I can confirm I was given a Sharpie to fill out my ballot. This was less than 24 hours ago that this happened. There were people voting with Sharpies, and now we're seeing this was a problem. This was a problem. I'm in Maricopa County now. I was given a Sharpie. I thought it was weird since that's never happened. It did bleed through to the other side. I've called to check on this and left a message. What more should I do? Jonna. I was given a Sharpie pen in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I remember thinking it was not great that when I flipped my paper over, you could see my bubbles bleed through slightly. Stupid. It's stupid. Mark doesn't even know if his vote counted in Pennsylvania or not. Sharpie Gate is the biggest thing we have ever seen. And it's only really the start. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's getting tight in Arizona, Samantha says. Let's take another look at Arizona, because some of those Sharpie votes could be starting to get counted now. Trump just tweeted. I'll check that in a second. We're just taking a quick look at Arizona here, which, of course, has long since been called. He's just BYOP, bring your own pin. Huh. All right, so yeah, Maricopa County is still suspiciously by nearly 100,000 votes for Biden, and that it's been at this for nearly an hour and a half now. That's insane. And as you can see, the rest of the state is filling in, but it looks like that arrow with the Sharpies is really putting a halt in everything they would have counted already. Let's take a look at that Trump tweet, though. It was Twitter here. I don't have to go through the Twitter website. Is Trump losing GA? We're not sure. I don't think he is. I think he's winning GA right now, but I'm pretty sure he will win it. But apparently he's just tweeted, so let's check this out. Sorry, the comments are appearing like slowly on the screen here because StreamYard's just lagging hard. It looks like Michigan has now found the ballots necessary to keep a wonderful young man, John James, out of the U.S. Senate. What a terrible thing is happening. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's insane. John James is one of the most qualified people to run for Senate. Hell, I would have supported him in 2024 for president, but look at that. They won't even let him in. They found just the right amount of votes. Insane. What did I call? Trump tweet? Yeah. Yeah. No, somebody told me in the chat, but I was like, I feel like Trump's about to tweet because it's been that certain amount of time, but yeah. Atlanta's trying to steal the election, undoubtedly. I wonder if Keisha Lance has her hands on this. She's the mayor of Atlanta. Keisha Lance Bottoms got her hands on this. Let's take another look at Georgia here. Yeah, so it's still Fulton County we're seeing here at 71.8% for Biden and 27% for Trump. Still at only 96% reporting. What is the delay? We have some of the best tech in the world, and it's going to take nearly 2 days for this election to get figured out. It doesn't make any sense. Wisconsin, Michigan. That margin is still holding on strong in Wisconsin with 49 to 49.6. Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of interesting things from this election all over the place. All sorts of voter fraud, everything you can imagine. They're doing it. Trying to take another look at Twitter here and see if there's anything new that we haven't heard from yet from the Political Polls account, which gives me direct election news. Let's see here. Takes a second, but yes. This morning, there is a critical error in the Shiawassee, Michigan county presidential data. Once we identified the error, we cleared the erroneous data and updated it with the correct data as provided by officials. We stand by our data as reflected on results.decisiondesk.com. Let's take a look at this then. I don't think I've looked at this website quite yet. Okay. Yes, I've seen this one. Yes. Michigan. Still leaning for Biden here. 49.57, 48.95. Wow, that margin's getting even closer. According to this website, it's still just about 29,000 votes in between. Michigan, 49.67 to 48.75, with basically almost all the votes in Michigan counted. It's getting close here, folks, but it looks like these two states will be locked down for Biden, which is really interesting considering they were both Trump states in 2016, and we had them locked down for a good period here. But that just leaves Nevada and Arizona. These are the two battleground states that we need for this election, or it's over. We're paying close attention to Arizona with Sharpie Gate, but I haven't heard too much about Nevada either. I'm not sure, folks. I'm not sure. Keeping a close eye on it all, as best as we can. Whew, okay. It was good to look at this website here. See it most of the states. I just realized you guys couldn't see it. But here, I'll show it on the screen for you guys so you can see this website. It's the essential same thing, really, that Fox has, but it just looks a little different. But here's what I was looking at. The numbers here between Michigan and Wisconsin, 49.57, 48.95, 49.67, 48.78. That's between Michigan and Wisconsin. I mean, Wisconsin and Michigan respectively, and Joe Biden and Trump respectively. Don't throw it all away yet, Tommy. He hasn't stolen everything. We have these four states that we need to win one of them in. We're still looking pretty good because of just how red this country generally is. Don't give up hope yet. I'll tell you guys that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't give up hope. We're still in this. They haven't called Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania yet because they want you to lose hope early. They want you to do something you'll regret early. But that's exactly what you can't do. Leafy is here, says, dude, if Sleepy Joe wins, I'm going to be protesting so hard. Yes, sir. How to respond. That'd be funny. He's a YouTuber from the good old days. I'm sure a lot of you guys may know him. Thank you, Emily. She said I'm doing a better job than the media. That's fun. I love that. So Psychic Joshua, I don't know who that is, but it says following all the predictions he's made for months, he said he believes Trump will take the fight to the Supreme Court and win, but it will be a fight. Hunker down, guys. We need to be patient and calm and let things play out. Interesting. That's from Carlin Borisenko. Samantha says Nevada and Arizona, eyes on them. Absolutely, I agree. I mean, I've been saying this since last night. Those four states are, and I guess really narrow it down to just Nevada and Arizona are what we need. We need to pay close attention. If we win just one of those states, the election is over. I'm telling you guys that. Just one is all we need. Wow. So this is a chart right here of the presidential race in Wisconsin. And once it loads, of course, takes a second. Okay, so we have the Republican and Democrat votes here. So when they started to get counted in, Republicans generally taking a slight lead above. And then just in the middle of the night, you guys see it right here. That's about, what is that, 4 a.m., 100,000 votes randomly found and thrown right in there when the Republican votes started to level off. It doesn't make sense. And Brown and Kenosha are still counting. This is what we saw in Wisconsin. That's why this election is still going now. If the election had been called the way it was supposed to be called and those votes weren't found in a ditch off a graveyard under some casket, then this election would already be over because without Wisconsin, Biden has no mathematical way to win. No way. But that's just how it happened. Wow. Who's this? Oh, okay. Unanimous media narrative going into the election. Biden landslide, Trump would create down ballot problem, and GOP would lose the Senate. Regardless of how people try to spin this, last night was a repudiation of neoliberal and never Trump analysis. Literally not a single poll on the RCP average had Susan Collins winning Maine. Quinnipiac had Gideon at plus 12. Wow. Yet Suzanne Collins held on because that's how it goes. She won. Wow. And Sarah Gideon has already conceded, so it's over. Wow. Well, yes, Andrew, the results always will matter because even if they cheat, we still have a strong voter base, stronger than we could ever really imagine, and that just sort of levels it out in the way that we still run away with it, which is the perfect time. It's the perfect way to do it. Do we have any updates on these cities here? I should say counties, I should say. Trump won half of Maine. Actually, let's take a look. Yeah. It's really just going to be it's going to be just a couple of counties that go to Biden here, and the rest of the state is just hard Trump. Don't you love to see it? Don't you love it? Yeah, Trump won more than half of Maine, really. 44%. So much more balanced this time around in most states. It's never really a true blowout until you get to states like California. I remember when we were worried about Texas, y'all, when Joe was starting to look pretty competitive there. Good times, good times. Good times. We're still waiting on calls from Georgia and North Carolina. Okay, so we've done a good stream so far today. We might stream later on tonight, but for now, I think I'm going to shut the stream down for the most of the afternoon and come back on when some big news happens. Stay tuned to the channel, of course. Be sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. I want to give a big thank you to everybody that tuned in with us. We're currently at 728 likes, which is absolutely amazing. You guys rock. We're going to shut things down real soon here, just take some final looks at some of these states, but thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll probably go live again later on tonight. I'll have it scheduled on the channel, so be sure to check back in a few times. And let's just take some close final looks at Nevada here. Just like you guys know, just a couple counties there. Nathan, what you talking about? They called it. They're splitting the electoral votes. Okay. We've taken some good looks at some of these other states. Yeah, it's still just Fulton County we're waiting on for Georgia. Lovely. Wow. All right. We've taken a good look at everything, and we're going to keep checking in on things. I'm going to, of course, be live tweeting everything on Twitter, so make sure you follow me on Twitter at RealCCrump. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who sent super chats to the channel or sent a donation through Donor Box as well. They are much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And aside from all that, I will catch you later on today. Don't forget to spread the virus of intelligence. And peace out. Let's hope this election goes the way we want it to. I'll be back soon. I'm on Instagram too.